Hello, Sobates. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new to this channel, you are highly welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew this loose pants with elastic waistband and an inseam pocket. So I uploaded the tutorial of this kimono in my previous video, and a lot of people requested for the tutorial of the trouser. So this trouser is quite similar with a jumbo pant, but this is not as wide as the jumbo pant. So if you want a tutorial of a jumbo pant, you can just let me know in the comment section and I will send it to you, because I already have a tutorial on the jumbo pant already, but this is just a loose pant. Without wasting much time, let's get right into the tutorial. So guys, this is the material I'll be using. This is an African print fabric and I have 6 yards here, but I ended up using 2.5 yards. So you may use up to 3 yards depending on your size, but for me I used 2.5 yards. Let's do a little bit of calculation. So your hip, my hip is 36 divided by 4. I have 9. Then to know the crotch extension, you either divide this 9 by 4, 9 divided by 4, or you just divide your whole waist, that is 36 divided by 16. So the answer will still be the same thing. So my own answer now is about 2.25. Well, I will approximate this to 2.5. So that's my crotch extension. Then I'll be adding 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. Then for the ease allowance, I'm using 1.5 inch. If I was to make a jumbo pant, I'll be using at least 4, 6 or more than that. But this is because I'm just making a loose pant. So this is just a little bit loose. So altogether now I have 14.5. So when I'm folding my fabric, I'll be folding my fabric in 14.5. So that's the essence of this calculation, so that we don't waste fabric. So now this is my fabric right here. I folded it. So at this tip here, I'll measure 2 inches for the hemming. So I'll be using 2 inches to hem it at the lower part. So I'll be using 2 inches to hem at the lower part. Then I'll measure the length of my trouser. So for the length of my trouser, I'm working with length 40. So I'm working with a trouser length of 40 inches. So I will just take this upward like this. So let me move this down so that you can see. So I'm working with 40 inches, but because of my band will be 2 inches. So I'll mark that. I'll mark on 2 inches right now. So that's 2 inches. Then I'll be adding half inch at the top for the joining allowance. So after marking the line for 2 inches, I'll also mark another line above it. This is for the joining, if I want to join the trouser to the band. So that will serve as the joining allowance. So the next thing I'll be doing is to just measure what I have here, and I have 14.5 inches there. So the next thing I want to do is to measure my inseam. So if you don't know how to locate your inseam, let me know in the comment section, because I already dropped a tutorial on the channel already. So I'm measuring my inseam right now because I want to locate my crotch. But because I'm making a free trouser, my crotch is actually 9. But because I'm making a loose pant, I'll go down by about 1 inches from that point. Just go down by 1 inch so that the crotch area can be a little bit loose. So if you are making a tight fitted pant, you can make use of your actual crotch measurements. But if you're making a loose pant, just go down by at least 1 inch so that it can be free at that area. So now I'm locating my hip line. So my hip line is about 1.5 inches above that line. So the next thing I will do is to measure my hip divided by 4, which is 9 inches. Then I will measure my 1 inch sewing allowance for this side, for that side. Then I will measure the next thing I should measure now should be my ease allowance. Then after that, you measure your crotch extension. Then you now measure the half inch that you'll be using to join at the crotch area. So I will go over this again for you to understand. So you should measure this accordingly. Measure your hip divided by 4 first. Measure the sewing allowance of 1 inch first. Then you measure 1.5 inches, which is our ease allowance. Then you follow that measurement with your crotch extension, the calculation for your crotch extension. Then after that, you now go in with your half inch remaining for the joining at the crotch area. So guys, after extending this line upward, I noticed I was extending the wrong line. So let's go over this part once again. So you measure your hip divided by 4. So that's my hip is 36, that's 9 inches, followed by 1 inch sewing allowance, followed by ease allowance, then followed by the crotch. You have to follow this accordingly so that you can extend, you can know which line to extend. So I'm extending after the ease allowance line. So that's what I'm extending upward here. So the remaining line there after the extension we made will be your crotch extension and just half inch for the joining at the crotch area. So now I've extended this line, then I've connected the crotch like that. Then I added just half inch at this initial crotch line. So that half inch I added will be for the joining of that crotch area. Because if you don't add it, we'll have to take away from the actual measurement, which will not be nice. So I added just half inch again at that side. So now the line I just measured now is my thigh measurement, and it is 1.5 inches below my crotch area. So now I just went inward by 1 inch at this point, as you can see how the line looks like there. Then after that, I'll be extending this line down to the tip of the trouser. Please make sure you follow the 1 inch line. So when I was connecting this line, I noticed that I was taking more than 1 inch, so I'm reconnecting this line. So I just took away 1 inch at the thigh area, so that's why I have that curve over there. So now let's go ahead and cut what we have. So guys, let me say this again. After connecting your crotch area, that line at the crotch area, make sure you add another half inches after that line. As you can see that I have another half inches line after the initial crotch measurement. So these half inches will serve as the joining. So when I join this, I will have the initial crotch measurement. So now this is the back body. So you fold it, then you place this on it. So you fold it in such a way that you will have 1 inch extension at this crotch area. As you can see that pointed area at that crotch part, make sure you still have like excess of 1 inch over there. So when you are folding, so this is what we'll be using to extend the crotch at the back. And when you are folding, make sure that you have excess at the top also, because we'll be adding extension of 2 inches at the top. So this 2 inches is dependent on how big your butt is. So now at this part here, I'm extending by just 1 inch. I'm extending by just 1 inch, and at this top here, and I'm extending by 2 inches. So if you have a big butt, you can use 3, you can use 4. But I'm just extending by 2 inches at this part here. So after extending it upward by 2 inches, then I will reconnect this to the waist area. So I'll reconnect this to the waist area like this. So I'll measure what I have at the front, and I will see if I have the same thing at the back. So you should have the same thing at the back. So this is what I have here. So I'll blend this part here also like this. So just blend it in like this. So the next thing I will do is to remove this, then I will reshape the crotch area for the back. So I like to use this French curl, so I will just use it to reshape this. As you can see that the shape is quite different from the front. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to just cut the back. So I will go ahead and cut the back. Then we are done with the cutting of this trouser. So guys, after cutting, it's now time to join. So we'll be joining this with half inch, and we'll be joining the back too with half inch. So at the back, I like to join twice. I like to sew twice rather. So you sew twice so that you can secure that back very well. So after joining, so I'll go ahead and join the front and the back together also. But because I'll be fixing an inseam pocket, so this is how I will be joining the side. So the first thing I will do now is to measure 2 inches at the side. So I'll measure 2 inches below. Then because I'm joining the side with 1 inch, so I'll measure 2 inches below like this. I'll also do the same thing at the other side. Then I will leave 7 inches space. So that 7 inches space is for my pocket. So after joining, this is what you should have. You should have an opening over there. So this is my pocket, and this pocket is about 10 inches long when it is unfold, and the wideness is about 8 inches. So when I place my tape like this, I think I have about 9 inches. This is because the line is now bent. So I'll go ahead and shape this pocket. So this is how I want to shape it. So after shaping this pocket, I'll go ahead and sew the sides. I'll join the side, then I'll overlock the sides too. So this is what I have. So the next thing I will do is to fix this pocket to the space I have there. So this is how I fix the pocket. So I will place this inside, Then I'll start the joining. So I'll start the joining. So on the pocket, I'm sewing with half inch, while on the main bodies, we use 1 inch. So the pockets will be like half inch away from the main body. So you go ahead and sew the side, then you go ahead and also sew this other side. So after sewing, this is what I have, and I've went ahead to overlock every part of those trouser. So this is what the pocket looks like. So if you want another style of pocket, so in my jumbo pant, I made use of another style of pocket. I used a cargo pocket and also another pocket sha. So now it's time to fix our band. Because I have a tutorial on the band, so I'll be skipping this part. So if you want the tutorial on how to cut and sew a big elastic waistband, I made a detailed tutorial on that. So I'll be linking it up here, and if you also want it, you can let me know in the comment section so that I can send you the direct link. As you can see that this band is sitting pretty on the trouser, and this is what the outcome looks like. I went ahead to also hem the lower parts with my 2 inches hemming allowance that I added. So this is what the trouser looks like, and it came out perfect. So if you follow this procedure, trust me, you will achieve a perfect result. So if you need any of this tutorial that I mentioned in this video, just let me know in the comment section. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.